All right, today we're on day 105. You know what to do. I'll let you do it. You can check your answers at the end. We'll move right into punctuation. Pleased, the traveler aboard the ship Norwegian Sun smiled. This was his 21st cruise. All right, so the first thing that you should notice is this sentence begins with a participle phrase, pleased. And the rule is that when you start with a participle phrase, there should be a comma after it. So it would be pleased, comma, the traveler aboard the ship Norwegian Sun. The name of a ship should be underlined. So you would underline Norwegian and Sun. Pleased, the traveler aboard the Norwegian Sun smiled. This was his 21st cruise. Now we know there needs to be some type of punctuation here because you just naturally pause. So the question is it a comma or a semicolon? Let's look at the next set of words. This was his 21st cruise is an independent clause. It could stand all by itself. So we go with the semicolon. That's the dot with the comma underneath it. This was his 21st cruise. 21st, there should be a hyphen between 20 and first, and then a great big period after the word cruise. So this is what it should look like. Pleased, the traveler aboard the ship Norwegian Sun smiled. This was his 21st cruise. Okay, good job. Next section, parts of speech, pronouns. Remember, when dealing with pronouns in compounds, try deleting the first part of the compound. That's helpful information, and I'm also going to add this. Remember, day 93, pronouns. A nominative pronoun is used for a subject or predicate nominative, and an objective pronoun is used when a pronoun is acting as a direct object, an object of a preposition, or an indirect object. If you go back to day 93, you can see the list of nominative pronouns, I, he, she, we, they, who, it, or you. Those are the ones used as a subject or predicate nominative. And then you can also see the objective pronouns, me, him, her, us, them, whom, it, or you. And again, as a review, those are used as direct objects, objects of prepositions, or indirect objects. You need that information as well as the suggestion they gave you in order to correctly complete the next section. Circle the correct pronoun. The email message is for Dad and, is it I or me? To help you figure out, they suggest what you do is cross out the information that comes right before it, the other part of the compound. So the information is for Dad and me, get rid of Dad and me, and you know that the answer is going to be me because for is a preposition. The pronoun is acting as an object of the preposition, and you know from your list from day 93 that me is an objective pronoun. All right, next, give Parker and they or them your change. All right, well, first let's take a look at the sentence. The subject would be you. You give what or give, you give what? You give your change. You give to Parker and whatever the answer would be. You know that Parker is an indirect object, which would make this an objective pronoun. So give Parker and they, or give Parker and them. It would be them, all right? So you give Parker and, get rid of Parker and, you give them. I have that that's a direct object. That's wrong. It's an indirect object. So let me get the IN here. That's an indirect object, which still uses the objective pronoun. So the correct answer is them. Next sentence. The first contestants will be Mickey and she or Mickey and her. Okay, a couple things we need to do here. First of all, cross out Mickey and. The first contestants will be she or her. What do we got going on here? Contestants is the subject. Will be is a linking verb. So it is linking either she and her or her to contestants because they are acting as predicate nominatives. Predicate nominatives take nominative pronouns, and if you remember from your list, she is a nominative pronoun, not her. So that's how you came up with that answer. Very good. Moving right along, reviewing of compound complex and compound complex sentences. Example of a compound sentence, which is two complete related thoughts, is given to you. Nicotine is a chemical found in the tobacco plant, and it is definitely poisonous. Two independent clauses combined make a compound sentence. The next example is a complex sentence that contains one independent clause and one or more dependent clauses. Your example, when Kayla obtained a credit card, dependent clause, she rarely used it, independent clause. That makes that sentence complex. All right, let's take a look. 4A, the game was, C for compound sentence and CX for complex sentence. 4A, the game was postponed to Monday because it rained on Friday. All right, well, let's take a look. What do we have here? We have the game was postponed to Monday, independent clause, because it rained on Friday. Because it rained on Friday is a dependent clause. So if you have an independent with a dependent, you have a complex. So this is a complex, a CX for A. B, his dad has high cholesterol, but he takes medication to lower it. His dad has high cholesterol, independent clause. He takes medication to lower it, independent clause. Two independent clauses joined make it a compound sentence. So that would be a C. You must take your letters to the mailbox or they won't go out today. You must take your letters to the mailbox is an independent clause. They won't go out today is an independent clause. Two independent clauses joined make it a compound sentence, or a C. So, where is it? There it is. Complex, compound, compound. Good. Sentence combining, you know the deal. That's on your own. Capitalization. Let's review and see what you had, compare it to what I have, and correct any mistakes you might have. Oh, where did I put it? There it is. All right, I will read the sentence. You follow along and make sure you have the correct words capitalized. In May, President Roosevelt and Prime Minister Churchill met aboard a cruiser, Augusta, and issued a declaration called the Atlantic Charter. Okay, hopefully you have all those. If not, please correct it so you do. If you had any capitalized that shouldn't be, fix that as well. Good job today, guys. God bless you.